Hello there. My name is Helene Ortman, and I'm a longtime volunteer with the Bright Run, and I happen to be a breast cancer survivor myself. And today it's my pleasure to be talking with Gerri Nyman. Welcome, Gerri.
Thank you, Helene. Thank you for asking me to be here. It's an honor and a privilege.
Just lovely. Gerri, if you feel comfortable with this, I hope you'll share with us the story of your personal connection to breast cancer.
Yes, I was diagnosed with stage 2 ductal invasive carcinoma in April of 2016 through a routine mammogram. Very shocking, actually. I had absolutely no symptoms of breast cancer, so this caught me off guard. But I plugged forward, had surgery, radiation, needed 10 years of aromatase inhibiting medication, which I hope to finish in a few months. And I'm happy to say that I'm breast cancer free 10 years almost later. So I'm very grateful for that.
That's a wonderful story to hear and so encouraging for all of us listening and watching. Gerri, how long have you been a Bright Run team captain?
Team captain myself since 2022. Before that, we developed a team in 2020 when our daughter in law, Gerri, was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Saw signs for the Bright Run at Juravinski, called me and said, Mom, being a fellow breast cancer survivor myself and a family member, said, Mom, let's do this. So we put together a team, and sadly, Gerri succumbed to her disease in 2022, and I took the reins over from her at that time as captain for our Bright Run team.
And the name of your team is?
Let's bust a move.
That's a great name. How did you come up with that?
It's a little bit funny. Gerri had asked family and close friends when we decided we were going to put a team together to help her come up with a team name. So, of course, having sons myself, they came up with all these hilarious names that we thought, that probably won't sell. And some people came up with some really fun names. And I think just compiling all the ideas and the intent of what we wanted our team to look like, be fun yet serve a purpose, Gerri came up with the name Let's Bust a Move.
Yeah, it's a great action name.
Yeah, we love it. Mhm.
Right. How many team members do you have?
Well, it varies year to year, but it's roughly around the same amount. And I would say close between 60 and 70 members each year. A lot
That,
of returning people and a few new ones come on board each year as well. So it's very exciting. We have a huge team, huge support system.
that's an achievement in and of itself. And do you know how much money you've raised over the time you've had your team?
I don't know the exact number. I do know it exceeds $225,000 since our team started in 2020. So we are thrilled with that number.
My goodness, as you should be, both for teams that are new and teams that have been longer established. Everything, of course, is individual, but how encouraging to hear about that kind of success.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. We have done a lot of innovative fundraising projects. We've had flamingo flocking where we would crawl on the people's lawns in the dark and plant these flamingos, and they would wake up to a flock of flamingos on their yard. They were asked to pay a certain amount towards breast cancer research, and then they would transfer that flock to another family. So that was a lot of fun. We've had online auctions. The girls, Gerri's girls, Kendall and Avery, every year do their own little fundraising projects. Avery usually makes bracelets or necklaces. Kendall has done bookmarks and cards. We've done so many innovative things to help raise that money, and people have just donated money. My husband Henry always says part of the team's success is getting people to donate is just one ask away. So we have really learned that if you ask, people will give. Some people just need to be asked, and some people want to be asked. So that's something that we really focus on each year as well. Let's just ask. If they say no, totally understand. Most people in some way say yes.
What an important lesson for people who are new to fundraising for a cause like this simply to ask the question.
Mm-hmm. Totally, totally. Just have to ask. Yeah.
You started to answer a question I have, and that is if they're given the success of your team, and that's not only in terms of the money you've raised, but retaining as many as 60, 65 team members a year, that too is such a success. Is there an ingredient in your secret sauce that makes Let's Bust a Move so very successful?
We have a huge supportive community. We're a community that we have a lot of church going faithful members. Gerri, as a young mom diagnosed with cancer with a young husband and young children, I think people just wanted to do what they could when there's very little you can do besides support in some way. And I just think the community as a whole is, as far as special sauce, it's just, you look at the devastation that this disease has brought to so many people, young and old. Our family has experienced, of course, the beauty of a diagnosis that is 10 years old and I'm cancer free, but we've also experienced the devastation of loss. And I think as a team, Let's Bust the Move, experiencing both loss and gratefulness has been a huge component in our success because we know what it's all about.
Yes, yes. As a team captain specifically, Gerri, what is it that you think brings you back every year?
Community, the Bright Run community itself is so welcoming. I've made so many friends. I think people walking a similar journey is just inspiring to so many. When you go to Bright Run event day and you just see this sea of pink and white, pink t-shirts for those who are survivors, white t-shirts for those who are supporters. It's just the most incredible feeling. And as a captain, just, I don't look at myself as a leader. I look at myself as someone who carries the reins and gathers the support and just keeps the team informed on what our fundraising looks like, the plans that we have going forward during the Bright Run season. And it's just this feeling of fulfillment that we can do this and hope and pray for a cure someday.
Hmm. Because you do have so much to offer, even though you're a humble person, what would you say to someone who is thinking about becoming a team captain, but they're not quite sure?
I would say probably first and foremost, talk to people who might be a captain or have been a captain in the past. I think sharing stories from people involved in Bright Run is the greatest promotion for the cause in itself. Whether you're a captain or whether you're a team member, utilizing ideas from various teams and their captains helps inspire those who are thinking about being a captain to understand, hey, I can do this. And I think you're never alone when you're a captain. I think you surround yourself with people who are so committed to the cause that it makes the role very easy. But every team needs somebody who's going to take the reins. So there has to be some kind of a leadership or captain role, but it doesn't mean you have to do all the work. You can designate and you can get other people on board and have fun along the way for such an important cause.
So, Gerri, think a little bit about Bright Run's past. Get that picture in your mind. What one word or couple of words comes to mind when you think about those events?
Our team from the get-go has always been about hope. That's always been our word. The girls have made hope necklaces. We've had hope bracelets. Kendall has made stationery cards focused around breast cancer ribbons and the word hope. I think you hope for a cure through all the research that Bright Run money gives us. You hope that families do not have to go through devastating loss that we've had to experience. And you just hope as a community we can achieve the goal of finding a cure. So it's always been hope for us. That's the one word that will probably always resonate with for Team Let's Bust a Move is the word hope.
What a great way to conclude this conversation. To you, Gerri, as the team captain, And to all of the members of Let's Bust a Move, we just love to thank you so very much for sharing, first of all, your personal story, the story of your daughter-in-law, and letting all of us know what the driving force is behind the kind of work that your team does for the Bright Run. Thanks so much. You are a huge inspiration.
Thank you, Helene, and it's been a real honor to share this time with you. Thank you for asking me.